And we're going to get right back into the game. Oh boy, Age of Empires 2 has stopped working. Yeah. That's just great. We'll try again to get right back into it. Alright, everybody. Game number 2 between Viper and TaToH in this best of 9 grand finals for the Masters of Arena 5 tournament. The Viper did win game number 1 after a nice, just fast Imperial Age as the Byzantines, kind of taking TaToH unaware, who went for a much more standard double Monastery into Boom play. That's game number 1. We're having a little bit of, like, freezes or whatever here, just because I had to rejoin the match. Just kind of catching up. But spawning here in the north of the map, as the yellow Ethiopians, is the Viper, now playing his African Kingdom civilization, opting for the Ethiopians as opposed to the Malians of TaToH. Meanwhile, we do have TaToH here in the south as the blue Aztecs. Aztecs, the sort of king of Arena and Arabia in AOC. Very strong Arena civ, made even slightly stronger because of the quote-unquote nerf to losing free loom but gaining 50 free gold. It means you only need to have like one villager on gold to get to the Castle Age quickly as the Aztecs. Let's take a look at the maps. Back gold here for TaToH. Wow, 3 back golds for TaToH. Both of his secondary golds are in the back and right next to each other, and like, no way Viper will ever get to that. To compensate for that, he does have both of his stones forward, but I would say the Aztecs, not really a castle-reliant civilization, just so long as you can get one up to get, you know, the occasional trebuchet out, and then like Garland Wars, and then ATATL, or ATL, rather. You know, it's probably not going to be too big a deal. Probably not going to be making Jaguar Warriors here. But yeah, I'd say still it's a pretty good map, all things considered, just because Aztecs really do like having their gold, and TaToH has plenty of it. Meanwhile, Viper has a very forward gold. Secondary gold is exposed in the front, as well as his tertiary gold. So, much worse on the gold front for Viper. However, to compensate for that, both of his stones are in the back. So it's the battle of one player has their stones in the back and golds in the front, and then one player has their stones in their front and golds in the back. Generally speaking, gold is more valuable than stone, but we'll see what happens here. Though I think this map certainly does lend itself to being a little bit more aggressive for the Viper. And as Ethiopians, you do get the +100/+100 for aging up quickly to the next stage. So we can see a very fast feudal and castle age here, potentially with maybe a siege tower push with crossbowmen, as they also have those faster firing crossbowmen. So that'd be interesting. And potential for the Viper. I always forget the Ethiopian monk tech tree. They're missing Redemption, so it's unlikely we will be seeing mass monk play from him, as missing Redemption and block printing means your monks are pretty bad. Viper incoming with his second boar. Also lured some deer here and there. Meanwhile, TaToH luring deer as well. 2 Ornlus chilling in the back here. No big deal. Relic placements, as far as I can tell, isn't too much of an issue. 1 relic here, 1 relic here, 1 relic here, and 1 relic here. Wait a minute, that's 4. Where's 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, are there only 4 relics on this map? Am I going crazy? I wish you could just skip the first 10 minutes of arena games. Yeah, man. Tell me about it. I think this map has 1 less relic than normal. I only see 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4 relics on this map. Huh. You don't normally see that. Most maps spawn with 5 relics. But 1 less for some reason. And now we have 1 villager going on stone for the Viper, going up on 26 population, and supposed to the 25 for TaToH. I don't think this means either player is trusting. I think they will both be going for a very fast castle age. Though Viper is sending 2 villagers to stone. I wonder what this is for. I don't know what you do with the 2 villagers to stone. Is he just, again, anticipating the Trush from his opponent? Because if the Trush was coming in, he'd see Feudal Age finishing researching now. And of course, that's not true because TaToH is going for a 25 population uptime as the Aztecs, so he's just going for a very fast Castle Age, likely into some heavy monk aggression. Definitely nothing out of the ordinary for the Aztecs. But I guess we could see him boom as well. TaToH does like to boom, but I'm thinking we'll see the monk aggression, just because he sees how exposed the golds are for the Viper. I think that'd be a smart move. Viper also being a little bit late in luring his deer. They were pretty far back. But both players now in the Feudal Age. Market Blacksmith from TaToH, definitely what I would expect here, and a Blacksmith and Market from the Viper. Again, I'm pretty interested to see what those 2 villagers on stone are for. I just... no idea. Obviously, as the Ethiopians, you do not need to collect gold to click to the Castle Age. So long as you don't get Loom, of course. They still will be slower than TaToH by about 15 seconds. Not the end of the world. But more villagers to stone. What is this for? Like, I feel like this is not enough villagers sent to stone for a castle drop. But then, like, what else are you getting stone for? He's not researching, like, stone mining or anything, so he's almost certainly not going for a castle drop. He's just gonna, like, sell the stone for gold? I am really confused as to what the Viper is doing. Let's check out TaToH's base. Ton of villagers on wood here. Wait, is he only on 1 lumber camp? He's only on 1 lumber camp. Wonder why. Probably going for showtells against eagles and monks? Well, that makes sense, Granis, but if you're going for a castle drop, you should have sent more villagers to stone sooner, because he's only going to be at, like, maybe 400, I guess around 500 stone when he hits the castle age. And that's just not really enough for a castle, obviously. He's also not taking any gold. Maybe he's going to go, like, double TC drop into a slower castle? I think that's certainly a possibility. Like, he's going to go for the TCs first, and then the castle afterwards? Showtel's destroyed my monk rush. Feels bad, man. But yeah, there's a TC coming down from the Viper. There's a second one. So my prediction of 3 TCs into castle for showtells definitely makes a lot more sense now. We have figured out the Viper's game plan. Let's see what TaToH's up to. Getting a monastery, getting a second town center. Let's see if he'll get a 3rd town center or something else. And a 3rd town center for TaToH. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this play, just because you know your opponent's map is so open. Like, look at all of this gold that's so exposed for the Viper. He's just got this, and if he loses that, he has no gold. And Ethiopians without gold are pretty sad. But only 1 monastery from TaToH. Just going to try and sneak some relics. He knows that Viper Scout is over here, so he's going to sort of peel over this way to get this relic. Aztecs, of course, like having their relics, as they get 33% more gold per relic. However, definitely faster 3 TCs for the Viper. He'll take a slight villager lead, but nothing massive. We check back at his POV. 450 stone right now. I do suspect that he'll just keep booming up until he has enough stone for another castle. Making a nice little quartet of houses there, just like I did when I was a kid. You know, I felt that the villagers would like to have little communities of houses to live in, so I put them in groups of 4. I don't know why 4. But yeah, it looks like Viper doing the same thing, making sure all of his villagers are have friends. What a nice guy. Maybe a scout can get a pick here if TaToH isn't careful. Looks like he will be fine. 1600 HD houses. Also known as 10-year-old Matthew houses. TaToH getting Sanctity, definitely what you want to be getting as the Aztecs, gives you essentially 20 HP, since you get the +5 for being the Aztecs, and makes it a lot harder for that starting scout to pick your monks off. Or to attack somewhere, just hitting a wall. Viper approaching that 650 stone, just needs 14 more. 1 more stone. Wow, Viper having RNG, bless him there. No conversion. But now, Viper has enough stone for a castle. Will we see the castle drop incoming? I sure hope so, otherwise I'll look like an idiot. There we are. Castle drop is incoming. And, yeah, definitely Viper gonna be going for those show tells. So maybe we will see Jaguar Warriors this game. Forward Siege Workshop coming in for Mr. TaToH. Trying to be aggressive, but this Forward Siege Workshop is not going to get anything done. Like, what are you going to do? Batter down the walls into some show tells? But at least for TaToH, he does see the castle from the Viper. He sees it right here, so he does know that his battering rams will not really be able of doing much. Yeah, Jags do kill show tells in 2 hits. Jag Warriors just completely annihilate show tell warriors. Which makes sense because Jaguars are kind of the anti-infantry infantry. But nonetheless, TaToH will be able to batter down this gate here, but he doesn't really have many units to sort of flood in afterwards. So that's a little awkward. But at least TaToH has been able to use this map control to take 3 of the 4 relics on the map. Again, this map, for some reason, spawned with 4 relics instead of 5. The scout is possibly going to come in and try for the snipe on a mangonel. Maybe the ram or something? And looks like Viper's just going to be walling up behind this, does not want a flood of eagles running into his economy. That would certainly put a damper on his day. Though we have seen TaToH take a villager edge this game, currently 7 villagers ahead of his opponent. Not quite sure how that happened. Maybe TaToH just had a slightly better macro? Maybe it's just because he didn't have to invest those villagers into stone so quickly. But both players are on 3 town centers. TaToH now starting to take stone, and we do see why Viper was saving up resources to click up to the Imperial Age, so he will be getting there a good deal faster than his opponent, who's at least going to be a couple minutes behind. Trying to get this conversion in, and it looks like the scout will be cornered. Probably. Viper trying to do the jukes, and eventually the scout will commit seppuku to save the honor of his scout family or something. I don't know. Also, we do see more, 10-year-old Matthew walls coming in from Viper, really just trying to emulate 10-year-old me. Nice, perfectly symmetrical wall here. A perfectly split along this axis right here. So pretty looking. Right out of the campaigns right there. Gotta give it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, the Meso monks look really nice. My favorite monks are the Meso monks and the new imams. I really like the imams, the skins for the Muslim civilizations. But yeah, second castle will be coming up from the Viper, who has been gathering a fair amount of stone all game. And as I said, looks like TaToH will actually only be about a minute slower to the Imperial Age, so certainly not the end of the world for him. Viper is getting those showtells out. Ton of showtells out already. They trained very quickly. Now Viper deleting his walls to get his showtells out on the map. But TaToH, very smart, already has an outpost constructed. We'll likely see these guys incoming. In about now. There we go. But yeah, TaToH is still fully walled. And now getting archery ranges, interestingly enough. Not sure if I agree with this decision. If I were in this situation as TaToH, I'd just get a castle and then start making some jaguars. Oh god, Kratos. Unfortunately, self-immolation is a characteristic of a lot of religions, including all of the ones represented in this game. So that's just kind of sad. Monk's getting a couple conversions in, which is always nice. But, yeah, this Treb will knock down the forward siege workshop for TaToH, but it's not really going to be the end of the world. TaToH didn't really invest much in this forward siege workshop. And now he will be getting all of the necessary monk techs and will also be transitioning into arbalests. Again, I do think this is a bit of a mistake. Yes, arbalests are very good against showtells, but just get the jaguars, man. Just go full infantry. Like, there's honestly no reason not to. Then you can easily transition into eagles if your opponent switches back into arbalests. Also, this is a little sloppy, just leaving this mangonel out in no man's land. It's gonna die right away. But all of the monk techs are coming in for TaToH. We'll be getting up to some 70 HP monks. How did the Treb miss a house? Yeah, man, Trebs have 15% accuracy. Not exactly the Archers of the Eyes unit. Now, first castle is coming down here for Mr. TaToH. As Viper starts to work away on these walls, showtells do so much damage to buildings. Does Viper have the arson tech yet? He does not, so these showtells will do even more damage to buildings eventually. But yeah, walls, walls, no balls. Classic. Is this a trush? No, just an outpost. This would be like the stuff I see in my ladder games where my opponents will just throw a tower on my wood line at like 30 minutes in the game for no reason. It's 100% against 2x2 buildings? Is it? I don't know, man. This Treb was like operated by someone who has as good a sight as me without my contacts in. That is to say, half blind. But yeah, pretty passive game so far. You know, 1 unit killed, 6 lost for TaToH, but it's not really that big a deal. TaToH's had a slightly better economy this entire time. Of course, having the very efficient Aztec villagers. And now it's gonna really look like it's gonna go into the late game here. And as far as the late game civs go, I mean, to me the Ethiopians are like a prime late game civilization in pretty much every aspect. They have the showtells, they have the good arbalests, they have the fantastic siege units. Really everything you'd want in the late game civilization. Meanwhile, the Aztecs obviously lack cavalry of any kind, so they really just lack that trash option entirely. Yes, the Ethiopian Hussars aren't anything to write home about, missing bloodlines and the last armor upgrade, but at least they, you know, have them. Viper also getting Heresy, definitely a worthwhile investment at this point in the game, especially if he's going to be teching into some siege weapons. However, TaToH will be the first player to start really producing those siege weapons in number, as he is researching the onager technology. Viper also doing something that he does all the time, and I really like to see from him, and I think I try to emulate in my own games, and I'd like to see others doing, and that's just taking the golds while you can. He's just taking these extra golds just while he can. No reason not to. Conversion's coming in, but of course Viper does have that Heresy upgrade. Really nice for him, just no converted showtells to kill his own units. TaToH, don't lose your Arbalest for no reason. That's a little awkward. But yeah, Viper will secure this gold at the minimum, and he has secured both golds in front of his base. So TaToH not really able to abuse the fact that his map is so much better than Viper's in the gold department. Because, you know, at best for TaToH, he's going to get this gold, and then he'll just be even with gold on Viper, all things considered. And then it's just this one neutral stone, which may come into effect. Torsion engines? Did I miss torsion engines being researched? I did. Torsion engines is out for Viper. In true torsion engines fanboy form, getting torsion engines before capped ram, before onager, before heavy scorpion. Always go get torsion engines before anything else. Before siege engineers. Gotta love it. Everybody loves torsion engines. It's just such a cool upgrade. We do have elite skirmishers out, as well as arbalests for TaToH. The Aztecs do miss the final ring archer armor upgrade. However, their skirmishers do get ATL, as TaToH is researching right now. And it gives their skirmishers an additional attack and range. So it's the same as like the recurve bow for the Magyars, but it applies to skirmishers. It actually gives them pretty darn good skirmishers, all things considered. Like, 9-range skirmishers that deal 8 damage is not half bad. Oh, don't lose your onagers for free, don't be like Stark. But yeah, TaToH definitely sort of asserting himself in a pretty good position. Viper is on fire, Faith, Heresy, Torsion. Yeah, Viper is like doing the full, I'm gonna get all my upgrades before I start producing any units approach. Seen in many a 1600 HD game. But it's all good. Viper getting another town center here just to try and secure these golds. But yeah, TaToH definitely going to want to take this gold at a minimum, so he's sort of even on gold count with Viper. And of course, it's definitely worth noting that as this game goes on, TaToH has all 4 relics. TaToH has all the relics. So yeah, he sort of has the inevitability factor on his side. Siege Onager is on the way for TaToH. Normal Onager on the way for Viper, as of course he got Torsion engines before anything else. And interestingly enough, Guard Tower coming in from TaToH. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure why. He's now trushing his opponent with Guard Towers. Where is the arrow slits, TaToH? I need to see me some arrow slits. Meso Guard Tower, I don't even know how it looks. Well, you, sir, must have not played the Montezuma campaign very closely. But yeah, they look very nice. I really like the Meso architecture. I would like to see the Incas get their own architecture, just because they're, you know, not Mesoamerican, they're South American. But I think that'd be cool. But this is where I really need to know, do the Aztecs get arrow slits? They do! Aztecs do get arrow slits! So that's definitely a possibility for TaToH here, should he choose to go for it. Ooh, getting the trebuchet for a Siege Onager is certainly worth it. Will he get this trebuchet as well? TaToH will, and I think TaToH's in a pretty good position right here. Can this SO get a hit off? It will. Trade 1 for 1. Of course, the Aztecs have very good siege, getting the Siege Onager and the Siege Ram, only missing out on Heavy Scorpion and Bombard Cannon. Of course, the Ethiopians have the best siege tech tree, but it's certainly no slouch if you are the Aztecs. And right now, TaToH has a huge military advantage. 71 military to the 44 of the Viper, and Viper's losing infrastructure. TaToH getting a kill on that Bombard Cannon as well. The Siege Onagers having 70 health means they will survive 1 Bombard Cannon shot. And right now, TaToH's looking good. He has a ton of Siege Onagers. He has Siege Rams coming. He's got 2 Guard Towers, for some reason, that don't have arrow slits, and also no more Guard Towers. Classic. Though we do see the light cav transition incoming for Viper, he is building some stables on the defensive end, but will that be enough? There still are a fair amount of arbalests in this army for TaToH. Oh, but these trebs are so grouped up, an Onager shot could be devastating, but so are these arbalests! Oh, and is this going to be a huge shot? Not a bad one, not a bad one if you are TaToH. 1 for 1 trade on the Onagers. Can this Onager get a good shot off? 2 HP, 1 HP dead. Nope. Fail onager. Oh, these are so clumped up! That's a huge onager shot! That is such a nice onager shot for TaToH! Yeah, he is going to lose 3 in the process, but it's all about keeping his opponent's army count down for the time being. That actually still might not have been worth it for TaToH. He lost a ton of onagers. Conversions coming in on this onager for TheViper. Will get the last hit off before it dies, so killing 2 trebs for TaToH. TheViper's losing more and more infrastructure. I think TaToH just needs to make sure his army production stays up. He needs troops. But he sent his troops on this side. This is where his army went. It's been busy harassing the gold of Viper. Right now, Viper has no gold income. If these golds are being harassed, his other gold is mained out, his main gold, and this is his other secondary gold, so Viper has no gold income right now. TaToH has the, oh, nice siege onager hit, killing 2 bombard cannons. TaToH has the 4 relics again. So yeah, TaToH's in a dominating position this game, and I think Viper is, if not GG right now, he might be very shortly, unless he can get some gold income incoming. And yeah, Viper's just gonna call the GG right there, and TaToH's gonna tie the series up. We have a match on our hand, boys and girls. Though again, no arrow slits makes me a sad Ornlu. But yeah, much